Hey everybody, how are you? This is Ryan from Cattler. Wanted to bring to you some of the newest updates on Cattler that I think are worth mentioning for you guys to go through and see. One of the first ones is the fact that so on the right hand side we always talk about notifications and the possibility of receiving multiple and understanding what's happening at your yard at any given time. So over the past, what we've learned is that not everybody wants all the notifications. So if you click on your account details, I've already made some changes, but I can add or subtract which notifications I actually want to receive and hit save, and that will ultimately give you make changes onto your notifications setting page on the dashboard. Furthermore, we've also made changes onto the language page right here, which I will not do, but what is important to bring to note is that we now have Portuguese, and which means that we are now also in Brazil. So, as of countries that we are in right now, United States, in there about 15 different states, going from Wisconsin down to Kansas to Wyoming, all the way to Missouri. So we're pretty much across a lot of big states. Also Uruguay, Paraguay, Argentina, and Brazil, as I just mentioned. So other of the elements that I would want to talk about today is on the cattle management page. If we're going to be talking about on the sales and purchases. So on the sales and purchases tab, one of the main elements that is new is the possibility of backdating a sale. What that means is I'm going to walk you through it as well. Is I'm going to select any of these closeouts that have not been done. But ultimately, once you perform your closeout through the cattle out section in the manage inventory, you're going to be able to, find the lot, make changes to which closeout I would like to work on, but then ultimately also cancel here and then select if it's a dress carcass or live weight. So say we're just going to do live weight and also this is the main element is the possibility of backdating the sale to a certain moment in time. So 10th of August, and add any relevant information here as well. But one more element here is that we obviously are calculating your growth and your poundage. So, but say that you want to have your last weight at the yard, you're able to also make changes to here, which will ultimately make changes onto your closeout. So I'd say it's 42. And what's the weight on the arrival? The weight on the arrival was actually 39. Just like that. Shrink of 7, just as an example. And then the gross value sale, there you go, 40,000, and any extra expenses, there you go. This would be your net sale value. Once you confirm on here, this will go in directly into your this will work through the system and go directly into your closeout. I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So when we go to the manage inventory tab and select on one of the tabs on one of the lots that we're talking about. So this one right here, the 1714 pen in pen number 8. And this is one of the newest changes that we've also made is changes around the closeout and just the visuals on it. Once you perform the sale, that information will auto-populate onto here and will be on your reports tab as well. So on the closeout, it will be on here as well once you close it out. But one of the changes that we've made is cleaned it out a little bit more, made it kind of cleaner to the eyes to be able to view. And also the possibility of printing. We're going to be adding a couple of tabs on here. That one will be current head count and then sold head count as well. So that you can also view what your partial closeouts have been looking like throughout the past. So we've already talked about notifications, the sale backdating. What I'd like to mention also as well now is, and also the closeout redesign that we're looking at right now, but then also the element of entries. So whenever you're in the manage inventory section and you are bringing cattle in, we know that there's also a huge possibility of, errors or stuff happening. So that being said, you can have bought 150, but actually 148 came. And if you select on the option of entries, it's going to allow you to make any of the changes that you want onto the lot that just came in. So if I click on the pen, you are going to be able to make changes onto everything that has happened with that entry. You can backdate the entry. You can change the head count. You can change the weight or the cost or the total cost or the average cost. So all of these things can change. There you go. It's going to change the total cost. I can change the weight. This will change everything. So this will change the total weight and so on and so forth. So that being said, you're able to always backdate. The only limitation is once you have added specific health treatments as a whole group as a whole group. That is the last element that you cannot make any more changes. Again, being able to change the average weight here, as well, ownership and overview, the plan, which we've talked about in the past, which has to do with the fact that you can either use the Cattler NRC model or set up your own growth plan, knowing that they came in an initial weight of 714 pounds. I want them to be at the yard for 150 days. I'm expecting them to have a 2.5 pound per day. So that means the end date of 1,000 pounds that I want to weigh them at is Saturday, June the 6th, January the 6th. And to do that, you would be able to go on to the gear below and go on to general settings and decide to change the NRC model from the NRC model onto the growth plan that you have. So a lot of flexibility as always. But what I really want to show you here was the possibility of the two main things that we talked about today, or one of two main things, is the possibility of making changes not only from the incoming, but then also from the outgoing. So backdating, weight changes, all those for much more flexibility, which we're always striving to do. I'll go through my notes. Okay, so one of the other elements on here is the possibility now of adding bulk tags or making changes to the bulk tags. So how does that work? So on this red pen right here actually means that all of these have been treated and they have a withdrawal period. So if I click on this individual animal right here, so there we go. I have a withdrawal date because I gave them one of these vet products has a withdrawal period that ends on the 6th of September. So again, something to remember about Cattler is that whenever you bring in a new lot, all of those animals are a individual anonymous animal. So if you want to make a change, there's two ways of doing that. You can either click on the bar and it will take you to the individual profile and change the tag here, which could be a visual tag or an EID tag, whatever you want. It's up to you to whatever you want to change. You can add the tag right here. Confirm, and then hit confirm. I did not hit confirm. Or what you can do is, one of the newest elements is the possibility of assigning a bulk tag to all of these animals. So basically bulk assigning them a number. So if I want to bulk edit tags, I have to select all first, just make it easier. Select all. This will allow me to make changes throughout all of these individual anonymous animals at the very same time. So there you go. They're all there. I can bulk edit tags. And then once I select this, what it's going to allow me to do is you're going to be able to do some of all. You're going to be able to, on the one hand side, add a prefix, a starting number, decimals, and then a suffix. Before we had all of these as obligatory. Now you can just do the starting number. So say I wanted them to go from 200, so 3 decimals, and it's going to go directly through. So 200 all the way down to 349. And if I wanted to, I can put the prefixes R, and then there you go. I could press add, and you're done. Basically, everything, something that used to take an hour to be able to upload all of these tags, is now something that is quick, reliable, and incredibly easy to do on Cattler. So there you go. All of these tags are done. Save changes, and you are basically good to go with this. You now have all of these tags, which means that you can also bring all of them up on your phone when you're doing your bunk calls and so on and so forth. Sorry, that's my internet. Take a little bit longer. I should there. Save changes. There you go. So you're good to go after this. What other elements do I want to reference or talk about? Bulk tags, sale backdating. I've talked about closeout, reception, headcount. I'm going to go into the animal health section right now, in which we will be talking about the price, the new pricing on the health side. Yeah, this is my internet, unfortunately. There we go. Okay, they're all there. Finally, just something on my internet side. Okay, so they're all here, good to go, quick and easy to go. So on the supplies page, one of the new elements that we did is on the medicine side, we also created, if you remember that on the feedstock, we have simple cost and purchase basis. A lot of our members asked us to also add for the cost, also the purchase basis for here as well. There you go. So you're able to do this as well. And this is where you would add the withdrawal window as well. So and I believe one of the last elements that I think is worthwhile mentioning is that on the yard sheet, you are also able to find, you will have here your fee delivery records, and from here, as we just did just now, also have my fee delivery records of the feed, and then also the roll call of what we just did, all these changes, and then from here apply any of the different treatments that you want on an individual basis for any of these animals. So from here, click on and then assign a treatment, and off you go, or send to a hospital. And I think the last thing I want to show you guys was on the report section. If you go to the yard sheet, this is a pretty cool report because it gives you all of the information from your on a per, basically a pretty nice rundown of everything that's happening at the yard. So there you go. It's like if I want to download it as a PDF. More to the PDF. Sorry, it's I have my new Yardsheet report here. There we go. That will give you a line by line item information of everything that's happening at your yard when it comes to your sublot, how many head, entry weight, what they're looking like right now. So on that, basically what's happening on each pen basis. I believe that would be it. I think that kind of covers all of the newest elements on Cattler. Sorry about the internet for that quick moment, but it just glitched out on me a little bit. So I appreciate it. Thank you for the time, and please feel free to reach out if you have any other questions. Bye-bye. Thank you.